Morning. Let's start with some tzedakah. Safety of our brothers and sisters everywhere, and for bringing Mashiach. Okay, we're going to continue in this journey through what exactly is Chassidus. What is the defining point? So, in the English booklet, which you should have, we're on page 4. Okay, I'm reading in the Hebrew as we were the first class. Okay, so the Rebbe started discussing what exactly is Chassidus. So regarding what Chassidus is, so we started going through different things. What is the accomplishment of what Chassidus has accomplished, to try to figure out what exactly it is. So the first Rebbe introduced the idea of what Chassidus accomplished in the world at large. The world was in a state of faint before the times of the Baal Shem Tov, and Chassidus aroused and woke up the world from its faint. 2 and 3 was the accomplishment that Chassidus introduced and effected in service of Hashem, the Jew service of Hashem. One of which is that it created the idea of a chassid, somebody who goes beyond the letter of the law and will even burn his nails to make sure that there's some far-fetched scenario somebody shouldn't get harmed, and even if he will get harmed in the process. He put somebody else before himself, in other words. And also, the greatness of Chassidus is that that when implemented, it helps change a person's, not just his natural emotions and character traits, but also the nature of said character traits. Okay, now we're on number 4. So page 4, number 4. What is the fourth accomplishment that we're going to zone in on? There's many more, by the way. These are the main ones. Some of the main ones. This is the effect, the accomplishment, the novelty that Chassidus introduced within Torah study. So number 4. Torah Chassidus Chitsha Asher Kol Echad V'Echad. The Chassidus teachings introduced, novelized, that every single person, Gam Misha Ein Lo Neshama Gevoiha, V'Gam Lo Zikei Chasasmei, even somebody who doesn't have a lofty soul, or somebody who has not purified themselves, Yuchal Lahasig Elikus, can now comprehend godliness. Ki al yedei zeh sheteres hachasidus biara es ha'inyonim shel chelek hasoid shebetorah v'kirvasam el haseichel bedugmois u'masholim mikoiches u'tchunes hanefesh mibsoriach zedakah, because through the teachings of Chassidus explaining godly ideas of the portion of soid within Torah. There's 4 levels of Torah study in general. There's pshat, the simple level, the basic level. Remez, the level which hints one thing that's written in the text, hints to something else, something deeper. There's drush, where one thing that the layer that's in front of you expound, you can open it up and see there's a much deeper depth to it. I'm not really explaining this well because that's not the main point of what we're learning. And Soid is Kabbalah, the esoteric, the mystical teachings, the mystical layer, the mystical dimension of Torah. And everything in Torah has these 4 dimensions, and as we'll see soon at length. So through Chassidus explaining godly concepts of the portion of Kabbalah, the Soid, the mystery part of Torah, and taking these concepts and bringing them closer to the human mind, using analogies and examples from aspects of the soul, of the human soul, it gives the possibility to every single person to comprehend even this portion of Torah, even the part of Torah that remains mystical and mysterious and otherworldly, so to speak, which in fact there are many limitations on learning Kabbalah. You have to be a certain age, you have to be a certain caliber of Torah scholar. But now this wisdom is accessible to everybody and anybody. Not only accessible to the intellect of the godly soul, But even to the intellect of the logical soul, the intellectual soul, this is a wisdom that even the animalistic side of ourselves can appreciate and digest. Now, we're going to go to section 2 now. So we're on page 7 now, okay? You're following along. Page 7, section 2. With all above said and done, these are different explanations of what Chassidus has accomplished, what it has introduced into the Jewish world and Torah study and life. It didn't really pinpoint for us what Chassidus actually is. What is the common denominator of these 4 explanations? What is the common denominator of it wakes up the world from a state of faint? It introduces the idea of a chassid, goes beyond the letter of the law. The idea of, what was the third one? Good morning. The idea of that it helps to change the nature of one's character traits, and also that it helps make the idea, the deepest dimension of Torah, the Kabbalah, to be accessible. Sorry, Elliot, I forgot to plug it in. Just plug it into the bottom over there. Oh, okay. And so what is the running theme of these 4 different things that tells us what is Chassidus? So that's what we're going to go further in, okay? Section 2, page 7, okay. Move on to Pashut Kedil Kamon. It's understood and it's obvious, as we will soon explain. Asher Toiris HaChassidus Hinekuda Achas She'eino Murkeves Miprot V'Sheni. That Chassidus is a solid singular point, which is not comprised of different details. And being that all these different qualities, the different explanations that we just said, are all different qualities, they're all different aspects. That these 4 different explanations that we gave do not capture the essence of what Chassidus actually is. It tells us what Chassidus accomplishes, what Chassidus novelized, what Chassidus affects, but it doesn't tell us what the thing is. Right? I think we can agree. It's like somebody asks you, what is a dollar bill? A dollar bill? With a dollar bill, you can buy a can of soda. At least I think you can, at least nowadays. It tells you what the dollar bill can do, but it doesn't tell you what it is. Okay? So we know what the Chassidus can do and what it accomplishes, but we don't know what it is yet. And the purpose of this pamphlet, of this booklet, is to tell us what is the character, what is the essence of Chassidus. So now the Rebbe is going to tell us on one foot what Chassidus is. But he's going to use Chassidus language to explain this to us, to convey it to us, which is really, in this case, Kabbalistic language. Don't get caught up in the wording the Rebbe uses, because you're not going to really understand it. It's okay. As we go further through this booklet, you'll understand more and more what the Rebbe is saying. As of right now, I'm telling you off the bat, you won't understand the words the Rebbe is using. Okay? Hanakudo ha'atzmis shel ha'chasidus hi. The essential point of Chasidus is as I said earlier in the Mimer, before this talk, the Rebbe actually said a Chassidic Mimer. Again, this is Yutes Kislev, 1965, which the Rebbe said this point in a nutshell. So now the Rebbe is going to repeat it. What is Chassidus? What is the essence of Chassidus? Chassidus is the transmission, the drawing down of a new godly light from the inner level, the inner dimension of the level of Keser, the supernal crown. Okay? Even higher than this, Chassidus is a transmission of the level of the inner dimension of Atik, the level of the infinity, which is found in Radla. Radla is a acronym which stands for Resha Dlo Isyada, the head which is not known. Again, this is all Kabbalistic language, and if you know what this is referring to, please inform me. I'd love to hear. But this is what defines Chassidus. Okay, just to make it on a very basic level, what the Rebbe just said, Chassidus is something that is absolutely new, coming from a level that is beyond our comprehension and beyond anything we've ever had an experience with. I think that vaguely describes what we just said. But we'll as we go along, we'll learn to appreciate what was just said. Ve'inyan ze atzmai, shenemer b'hamaymer machriach asher kol hamayles shebechasidus hamuvuaris b'mekom yisronim hirak histaifus minukudos ha'atzmis. This idea itself, the way we just described what Chassidus is, compels that all the different qualities in Chassidus that were explained in many different places are just extensions of its essential point, or their byproducts, or their results of what this essential point is. Because being that Chassidus at its core is a transmission of infinity, a level of infinity, it's understood, it's obvious that the infinitude, if that's a word, is the essence, the essential core. And all the other things that come out of this are literally just that. They're all things that come out of this point and the result from this point. Okay. And we have 6 minutes. Okay, so in the booklet, we are now going to be on page 11, section 3, page 11. Okay. What was said earlier regarding Chassidus. The truth is that what we just said that describes Chassidus is really, in a general sense, is the truth regarding all parts of Torah. The Torah includes within it all perfections and all wholesomeness and advantages and qualities that exists in the world. There is a parenthetical statement which is here. I'm going to breeze through this parentheses. I'm going to focus mainly on the parentheses within the parentheses, or more accurately here, it's parentheses within a bracket. That the Torah comprises within it all the qualities and the perfections of wisdom and character traits, as well as economical things. So I'll go to the parentheses here. If you want to see the story, it's a story that I was going to bring. It's on page 12 at the top. Like the well-known story from the previous Rebbe, that in one of his trips, Hizvakachu kama anoshim. If you want the papers over here, Hizvakachu kama anoshim vehiviu deos sheinos oidis yachas hatoyr lahashitos hamediniyos v'imeza mehen hi maskemes. They were discussing. They were arguing. These people were arguing about, and they're expressing their opinions regarding the relationship of Torah with different economies, economical systems. Capitalism and communism and socialism, all the different things. To which one does Torah fit with the most? Or which one fits with Torah the most? Maybe it's capitalism. It's this. I'm not a maven in these things. So they're discussing this one. And each person expressed his opinion. Which system fits most with Torah? And they brought a proof from Torah that what they're saying is correct. When they asked the previous Rebbe his opinion on this, he answered, the Torah, being that it is the ultimate truth and goodness, it has within it all the positive aspects of every one of these systems. Interesting. Okay. Right. I'm saying if you want, you can find justification for anything from anywhere. So, but definitely there's within the Torah itself. Right. So the positive aspects that the right.
Protestant ethic and the spirit of capitalism talked about how like religious groups that are known for being honest, that kind of helps to have a strong economy because people
Right.
not cheat each other,
Mhm.
and then that makes things flow better instead of
Exactly. Yeah. Right. So this is why in this story, these people they each were able to find a support in Torah for what their opinion was, because the Torah contains the positive aspects of all of these systems. There are
trust, honesty,
right.
social contract.
There are negative aspects in each one because they're all there's got to be everything has a positive and negative. Right. Right. So the Torah contains within all the most important and most positive and most qualitative aspects of everything worldly, including wisdom itself as well. Now we're out of the parentheses, which would be, yes, it would be on page 12, the last paragraph. V'loizu bilvad, not only this, ela shekol hashpoas hachayus ba'olam, gam ba'olam es yonim tluyu b'diktuk kal shel Torah. Not only this, but all the vitality, the energy of the world, of the universe, and all the worlds, the upper worlds, are dependent on Torah. The single mitzvah that a Jew does, a little Torah that a Jew does, has worldwide impact. We don't necessarily see it, but Torah gives life and vitality. It's through Torah that the worlds have their life and existence. Okay, so we see Torah does all these things, has all these accomplishments. The greatest wisdom has all the greatest economical things in it. It's the greatest wisdom. It gives the energy to all the universe that they should exist. Is this what Torah is? That's what I was going to get to. No, that's not what Torah is. We're on page 13, I believe. Yeah. However, this is not the core. This is not what Torah is. Torah is not the best of all economical systems. Torah is not the greatest wisdom. Torah is not even the battery which through it the worlds have their existence. Does it do these things? Absolutely. Does it contain these things? Yes. But that's not at its core what defines Torah. Rather, what is the core? What is the essence of Torah? Torah is this is a quote from the Mimer. It is you completely united with the infinite light of the light of the infinite one, blessed be He, which is enclosed within it with the ultimate unity. Torah is something that is absolutely one with Hashem. That's what Torah is. And therefore, since all of the worlds, the whole universe, everything, all reality, is considered like nothing, literally, before Hashem's infinite light, or before the infinite one, blessed be He, better translation. So too is regarding the Torah. It's the same thing. Okay, what we just said needs to have further elaboration. The Rebbe is not going to elaborate on it. I'm going to have to do that, but we're out of time. So I have to do this tomorrow. Okay, fine. We'll pause here. Have a great day.